All right, we are going in here to game number 1 between who's a what's it's in Ness and Flash
Ness and
Midnight.
Flash Midnight.
Yeah, again. I mean, I like Ness. Good game, good reference. I like it. And then, but so many of the names in this Flash Midnight, Witch or Face Stab.
They've definitely got the peak aggression going on there. And then Ness almost just sounds like the old lady you'd visit down the road.
Indeed. So we have the Zax coming out first. Yo! So here's that mind game. I love Ness's paint scheme.
Oh, and there's Quetzali.
I love Ness's paint scheme for their Chuck and Coat. It's hilarious. But you know, this could be one of those things where it's like Flash Midnight knows people are gonna go that Astra first. Or sorry, Ness knows people are gonna go that Astra first, and so play the Extilier into the Astra clearly favors that matchup. And Flash Midnight's like, I bet we're gonna go the Zax in response. And I think, Flash Midnight started with a couple of different characters today. But very interesting to see the mind games play out here, and I'm sure that's always something that's gonna get. Oh, sometimes that application does not come up on Discord. That's tragic. Oh no! Oh no! The podcast is so important. As someone who has a podcast that may be on extended hiatus right now, I get it. I understand. I'm sorry. We're probably gonna have best of threes throughout because the person waiting in grands it's very late for them right now. And ban Ness. Okay, if Ness loses, I'm banning him.
I'm fired up.
I got you. I got you.
Me too.
Yeah, Yo, the Moonbreaker career. I mean, let's be clear. These players are right now in a very big bracket for this game. I mean, it's the first bracket. He'll be pro one day. Let's go.
Beep boop coming through.
Both these players have made it to top 3. And I mean, that's the big placing for the first.
Yeah, I mean that's 25 people.
This working?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's only gonna get. There's only gonna be more as time goes on. Now we do see Ness taking a different approach in this game as opposed to the game against Astra. Decided to go upwards, see what Flash Midnight's first moves were gonna be, and then decide to go in.
Yeah, I think the Zax pick has kind of thrown him off a little bit. He's going to find it quite difficult to sort of break down that distance, and especially with, well, I suppose the disruption beam can be really used in his advantage. He can really either move things up close to him or try push some of those mines back into Zax. But I think it's going to be quite a difficult game for him with this positioning. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. So they escape hatched and got the switchback. Early switchback is good, but if they don't have healing in the list, that's gonna come to bite them.
I think it was a good shout actually dropping a switchback early because at the moment, Auxiliary, even with the disruption beams, quite far away, so he can get quite a few shots off. And he's all alone. He's got nothing there to protect him.
Resist them.
For sure. Let's see. Flash Midnight's Zax list.
Intriguing design.
Let's see here. Does not have healing.
Day for a cookout.
It's just going to be a throwaway 6 damage.
Mm-hmm. That said, Tipu switchback and mine. If you're Zax, you're kind of happy right now. You have both late game carries on the board, but you don't necessarily have the support for them out yet.
The other problem is he's got to get them into position because currently the board is very spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting position for your favorite unit.
I love Quetzalli,
Yeah.
man. It's so he wants to get the pyro in.
Many courses
And
left.
Quetzalli's
cultured
gonna really
individual,
break
this
that
Ness
distance.
fellow. Yo! Do it
He's
quick,
got
quick.
3 move. No way.
Yeah! Let's go! Now, the question is, where do they position?
Paradoxes give pause.
Gonna use the Shield of Hope and bring Extilior. Oh, yes! That's the power of Quetzalli. 5 moves. I think, like, people do not, like, the fact that only 4 or 5 people put this in their lists today, a fifth of the rosters, and they were only on the Extilior lists. I mean, granted, he's just insane with Extilior. But, like, only a fifth of the people put them on their Extilior list says a lot about how undervalued this unit is right now. Look at how much it unlocks this matchup. It unlocked the Astra matchup. I'm simping
I think this is
over
really
a
going to
plant.
change the perception there,
I'm simping
especially
a
this game.
plant. Who's winning? Right now, in a strict objective sense, no one is winning. The goal is to kill the captain. Those are the big chonky ones. Well, not chonky ones. That is the dude with the pointy bits on their bases. It's like a miniatures game. Impressive. They're gonna have the star-looking things coming out of their base. So, the person in the bottom right, the little robot with the sword, that is Extilior. That is the captain of Ness. And then this little person on the frog that you're gonna see hopping in. No, sorry, not a frog. This little robot hologram-looking dude. That is Zax. So these are the 2 captains. The person wins if they kill the enemy captain. Think of this game as Hearthstone meets a tactics game like XCOM with a lot of stuff you get from tabletop miniature games like Warhammer or Kill Team. You are more than welcome to get pizza after the tournament. I, however, will probably eat more of these cookies that I have in front of me and gain more weight. No, I am not self-conscious about it. Why'd you ask?
Yo.
You can. And we'll gain weight together. Yes. Yo, and now we have Grissy, another one of the balance testers, much like Sicknick, who joined us on the cast earlier, jumping in here. Let me turn you up, Grissy, and you can follow the stream here. We are in Losers Finals. Best of 3, Game 1 between Ness and Flash Midnight. 2 kind of the surprises of the tournaments, because I know I never quite ran into these players in pub games or seen them in the private game fest that we've had every now and again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, I don't know these names. I think I played Ness before at some point, but I don't did not expect those players to be here in the winners finals. And nice to see some new blood in the game.
Absolutely. And to clarify, I did not make this game. I am just someone who enjoys it, and I'm surprised.
On the horizon.
Did he already spin to win earlier? I'm talking to people. Oh, the burn taker.
Is this best of 5 or best of 3?
Best of 3 because of the time. I know Ness had places to go. Flash Midnight and Face Stab are both very understanding, okay with making a best of 3s, and I know it's late for Witcher where he is in Europe. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. If it's a best of 3 and we have an Extilior on the field, that's a very unexpected.
Yeah, well, you missed it. He took out Face Stab's Astra in Game 1 in the series previous game ago. But it was one of those, some of the stars aligned, got the Orbital Strike, got the Vortex. But Ness's Extilior is nothing to be sniffed at because, like, I like Extilior. You've played against my Extilior, Grissy. You know I like my Extilior. It's fun to see someone play Extilior like I do, where we use the Quetzalli, we use some of this mobility to be able to get into the opponent's face and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that in any of our games today. Only 5 people took Quetzalli in an Extilior list today. So
yeah, it's a very good unit to enable Extilior, especially. Let's see the situation.
Also, Crush Axe has been joining us here. Kindly has filled in to help me out here as I was beginning to lose my voice a bit solo casting after Sicknick had to go to work.
What do you want to fire?
There's been a lot of casting today.
Just a bit. We're in 7 hours, 20 minutes right now.
Defend yourself.
On guard.
So looking at the situation, though, I feel like the Extilior is having some issues. Ness, because both Zac has advantage on units, and he has the ability to displace like he's doing right now, while Extelior only has like escape paths available, and his movement is far away in the north, so it's not really helping him. Like his Chrysalis, if I pronounce it correctly.
Quetzali, I think.
Yeah, but that is a really nice kill on Tipu. But he really needs to be able to deal with this Pyro, because that's going to start taking down his Extelior very fast.
Yeah, indeed. We do see the Antios. We've been seeing a lot more Antios today than I expected.
Doing aerobics in here.
I was talking with Sicknick. I think this is the optimal place to use him. A lot of people put him out early, but with 6 health, he's just going to get poked out and take a lot of Cinder to use. But when you get to mid to late game, that's one Cinder person you drop out, 6 health, 4 damage if you use Inner Energy.
Yes, exactly. Like, you don't want him early, and like, he's 1 cost, so it seems like you want to drop him early, but the problem with him, he's so expensive to use. And it can also be a problem to use him, because it's hard to reinforce a lot if you have to pay for him every turn. So if you want to use him, you better get value every turn with him and get some real damage, like get some kills with him.
Yeah.
But, because if you don't get kills, he will just die.
Yeah, and now we see the board advantage even though there is that health, we see Ness has taken out some key pieces. That Pyro is going to do a bit of work here. Ooh, bit of a misplay from Flash Midnight, doing that in melee range against the Torian.
Yeah, it might have wanted to try to get like the best chance to get the Torian, because killing the Torian is very, very important.
Yeah,
but I feel like
and he has health
it was a very risky move. Yeah. If he had hit, I think the knockback would have pushed him out of range, so he would not have get the.
True.
So it was a risky.
60% chance that looks sick.
Yeah. So there's a chance this was a calculated play.
Yeah.
But we will we will never know.
Yeah, we'll lean on that. What do you think, Crush X? Was that calculated or an oops?
I feel it was an oops, but maybe we can give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Cool under pressure.
Oh, the
it's
crankbait's
interesting.
gonna be so annoying to deal with if they pull Extelior away, but Quetzali's gonna give him the movement. No, just running away.
Palms flat on the moon.
I think the bigger problem if he pulls Kusali away.
True.
Then how is Extelior going to catch up? So that might be a very scary move. That might be just be a game-winning move.
Yeah, and Flash Midnight they ran out of Cinder, so they couldn't pull them yet. This would be a smart place to put the Quetzali. Almost. I mean, Crankbait can pull him the other way, so this is probably the last turn effectively with that.
Okay, gloves are off. Or on.
Also, I had no idea Antios' lines were as funny as they are until today. It's like, what is it? A slap is a punch without intent or something?
Yeah, his lines are very good.
So funny.
I think him and Maximus's lines are my favorite currently.
I'm a big fan of Crankbait's lines.
So, Flash needs to be a bit careful with Extelior. Like, you have to respect Extelior. Like, even if you have like advantage with the range, like you cannot let Extelior like get close to you, because his damage is very scary, especially in the late game where you can use his abilities. Like 5 damage every turn. Like, you cannot let Extelior get close to you. You have to keep him away.
100%.
And I feel like he's getting punished very hard now for not running away with his units, because he just lost his Pyro and only has 2 units left.
Super.
No, he has the. I guess he still has his Crankbait above. So.
Yeah.
So if he gets Chrysalis away, then he should maybe be able to keep running away and get some space.
An attack here is pretty solid too, but if Quetzali doesn't get yoinked away, they could just whoop around the top. I'm telling you, if I don't see more Quetzalis as a Quetzali stand, if I don't see more Quetzalis after these games from Ness, after today, I'm going to be very sad.
I think Flash is about to do himself a disservice there by pulling the Extelior out of danger, essentially.
Yeah, I think even if you pull him away now, he can use Chrysalis to get closer again.
Yep.
So if he had pulled the Chrysalis, then he would have been in a very good spot here.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me, I have to take a second to get some more water. And
you take care of your voice, man. It's important.
Okay, I say get more water. It's more to bio break.
I see. Okay.
But I got 2 people here. Don't curse. Don't swear. Don't make me get demonetized.
Cool. A very complex turn here.
Yeah, we've seen some
He-
interesting positioning from Ness up until this point, where everything seems to be very, very compressed and up against the enemy, and it seems like this game's going the same way.
Yeah, the Sax tends to end up there. Like both Astra and Sax want to, Steeler, I mean, want to pressure him hard, so he has to stay alive until he gets to the late game and can use his gravity and mines and become a powerhouse as he is. There's an interesting choice last turn. He kept 2 Cinder instead of triggering his mine, but it's allowing him to block the gauntlet from getting close. And it also tells us he's not afraid of the jailbreak, because as Sax he can push him away, which I feel like is a good decision. But maybe the gauntlet will be able to circle around.
Maybe with the Quetzali, that's some nice positioning
Yeah.
there.
This is frustration.
Let's see. This is a very tough spot. Like, I think the jailbreak he can't deal with that because of the knockback from Sax.
You control your impact.
I never even thought about the Zax knockback pushing
Yeah, maybe I
pushing him
don't
away.
think. Yeah, the Volt can block the knockback if it's close enough. But I'm not sure. I think there's a bit of space there, so he should be able to auto attack, and then he doesn't get the return fire.
Feeling it, huh?
Ooh, Amplifier Beetle. This is a key. He has 6 damage on the field.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, he has even more. Yeah, he has maximums as well. So he can take down the jailbreak. And this allows him to keep running away, gets a lot of space, and using Beatrix to
Block the gauntlet.
to slow down their engagement. And while Quasalis is so far away, he won't be able to close the distance. So this is starting to look worse and worse for the Exterior. Like he has to catch up with him. Like he cannot allow him to escape.
I'm back. What I miss?
In silence.
Continuing to corner him. Where's the
Yes.
Exterior?
He's
He
still
is.
top left.
He's
He's
on holiday.
hiding. Yeah.
Interesting. Why do we think? Why? Oh, that's probably why. Looking at that amplifier, holy moly!
Yes. That's a very good amplifier. Really strong with Sax,
Yep.
giving him the key number damage, like 3 damage.
Yep.
And with that, he can basically 2-hit any 6 health unit
Yep.
and deal 2 damage to the armored units.
I do think, much like Quetzali is almost essential to unlock Exterior, Amplifier is almost to that state with, it's probably at the same state for Zax. It's just, like, you can win without it and play well and win without it, but with it, it's just insane.
Mm-hmm. It's a really, really strong enabler.
Yeah, it unlocks the character, essentially.
Exactly.
Defense first.
Now, the question is, like, it's probably not a good idea to push into Sax. I think it's a really good decision here from Ness to consolidate a bit. Just gather up his forces, stay a bit safe. Because he needs, like, next time he pushes in, he needs to get a kill. So his units don't get picked off.
Do not distract me.
Man, can you imagine how rough this game would have been if either side had orbital strike?
Yeah. Orbital strike changes the game. Like, you just have to blindly push.
Yep.
Your heart.
But this Torian feels like Quasali seems to be blocking the Torian. Like he would have wanted the Torian probably with the gauntlet. The gauntlet is very weak positioning right now.
Mm-hmm.
It might be there's a chance to pick him off. Well, maybe it doesn't get in
I think
range.
that we hit it around the cover. Crush X.
But Sax always has the gravity, so he can move units around with the
Yeah.
gravity to get some extra.
Mm-hmm. And at this game, it is no problem to do that. Oh, the 2 misses.
Ooh, that was a very risky shot on the Edsel. I'm surprised he did that. And now Maximus is stuck there because he didn't get a hit. That's like Maximus gets +2 damage from the rapid fire because he from the amplifier because he has rapid
Yeah.
fire,
Yep.
and so he's very valuable in this situation.
Yep.
But he was only 6 health, so now he's very vulnerable. He might be picked off next turn.
Yep. Now, Crush X, if you were in let's say a situation of Flash Midnight here, what would your kind of game plan be?
Well, I mean, the only thing he's got really going is keeping running. I'd be very mindful of where that crankbait. My brain's melted after hours of playing, but I'd be very mindful of that top push. I probably wouldn't have used a gravity bomb to move the Quetzali because I believe that was actually blocking his own units, sort of allowing himself to maintain distance.
It did feel like a bit of waste of a Cinder. I feel like he could have focused fire the Quetzali's last turn. If he has used the gravity getting closer, he could have probably reliably killed it last turn. And he also could have used the gravity to kill the Gauntlet. So it felt like very risky to go for the long range hit.
So let's see what the play here is though. That Beatrice, you're not killing. I don't think that Beatrice goes down by the end of the game.
No, probably not.
Yeah, so you gotta...
I would be surprised if he doesn't go for the Maximus right now.
Someone need loosening?
Oh, he's going for the Beetle. I think he needs to go a little bit more to the left. Oh, he does hit it. Oh my gosh, the touch.
Yes. You just need to touch the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
range.
Yup. Yeah. Oh, and I love that you did like that corner touch.
Oh,
the
then will it touch reach? Does it reach?
Oh, but he has another move on it. He has another move on it.
He can move in to kill it. Does he realize this?
Yeah, he couldn't. Well, maybe he can. I don't know. We'll see. Blindsider coming in. Let's see if Crankbait can make the move here. Nah.
No, he already threw. Oh, this is very bad for him. Like he didn't get the kill, and now his unit is very vulnerable. It was a very it could have been an amazing play, but right now he's going to get very hard punished.
Yeah.
I don't even think he checked whether Crankbait could make it round.
He hovered it.
I think he might have expected to be able to move again, but already used this movement. I don't know. But yeah, he should at least definitely checked it beforehand.
Yep. The Ness Club coming in hot in the chat too. Well, don't worry. This is not a best of one. This is best of 3. Ness fan club.
I would like to see Ness win, like with the Exterior, definitely.
We've seen it
feels
before.
like an underdog pick.
Yo, wait. He could just chuck it. Get a good angle with the mine and just yuck it at him.
Yeah, he needs to move the amplifier into a safe position.
He could yuck the mine here.
Hey, look.
There's the Florio. Let's see if what the chuck and co angle is here. I mean, Flash Midnight, everything is out almost. What's the... Oh.
Yeah, he's down. There's only one unit left.
Yeah.
But yeah, he could chuck the mine, but then he doesn't kill the amplifier.
Well, the Quetzali could still move.
Resist them.
Oh.
Jealous?
What if... Is this another instance where Ness backs off?
I think he has to back off.
Yeah, because now he has the Florio out. He can just chill for a while.
Let's see. He might be able to kill. Actually, he only needs 6 damage. Chuck deals 2 damage and 4 with the Etzel. So if he gets both of them next to the Florio, he can take it down. And that actually will be huge. Then his Florio will have a huge advantage because then the Sax has to push into him, and his units are already low and almost
Yeah. And the Blindsider gets this with the Quetzali. Does he go for the Florio?
I'm guessing Etzel will go for the Florio. He must do it.
But then Etzel could just be taken down by the sheer volume of damage with the... Oh, but the Sword of Justice could maybe hit both.
Do not distract me.
But I think, his units are pretty slow. His Beatrix is never going to get the cannon. Nice, that's a good play.
I think that was a good trade.
Yeah. And now, as Exterior can play defense. Now he can just shield the lands, keep moving backwards. And Sax, Flash doesn't have a good composition to push. It's hard for him to catch his Quetzali's. He needed to deal with Quetzali's probably earlier.
Oh, he can't find an angle to get them with the mine that doesn't also get the amplifier.
Come on, everyone, look alive.
And Chuck is going to take, you have to focus him down, so he's going to take a lot of actions to deal with. So you can't really ignore him, because he will just keep throwing you away, and being like a real annoyance.
For sure.
But that still has to die. Like, you cannot leave that 4 damage on the field. It
Yeah,
has
I mean,
to die.
that's got to be Florio's first target, right? Ooh, that's huge.
Ooh, I think he should have done that as a last attack,
Yeah.
so he didn't get the counter damage.
There's the
That
Detonia.
was a bit of a misplay there.
Yeah. Misplay?
Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay. But see, like, Chuck is doing his job, staying alive.
Yep.
This makes it really hard to push, and meanwhile, Florio will be shooting all. Like, look at this unit, how, like, they're all in a group. So, next turn is going to really hurt. He does have the. He might be able to push his units apart. Oh no, he didn't use the disruption beam. But here comes the Florio.
Yep, it's such a huge shot.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gonna see if he can get more in.
Yeah, Ness has the disruption, of course. Yeah, he's going to hit everything.
I don't know if he gets... Oh! Perfectly placed.
That's brutal from Ness.
Yes.
And then Chuck should kill Beatrice or Maximus here.
Both ends are pointing.
Puts all he can move up to give the Chuck... Like, this is dealer's choice.
This is probably game. Like, the only way for Sax to win now is to snipe Extelier.
And he has Florio to be the range from and the Cinder to use it. Oh, and Torian's going to be able to go in. This is going to wipe so many of the people on this team here.
This is probably game. I'm not... Like, I guess you could try to move Sax as close as possible with the gravity and drop some units. But, like... I'm not seeing a... So, like, you have to kill the Florio.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, and like, how do you get in there?
It is mine.
Yeah.
Now Maximus going to go and take some pot shots and be a derp.
These paradoxes give pause.
The Shield of Hope. Yeah, and with only 1 unit remaining.
Yep, and there's a resign.
Yeah.
I think this came a lot to there was this one turn where he had a high chance of sniping Corsalis. He might have been able to do it. And if he had managed to damage it or get it close or killed it, then he would have had more space to...
What an insanely close game, though. Like, that was, like, what a comeback from Ness in that game. Excellent Extelier play.
Very well played.
Yeah.
It's always impressive to see an Extelier win as well.
Yeah.
That's something that is very tough. Not many players have even a chance to win with Extelier in any matchup at this level.
Yeah, Ness indeed did game just now. But that said, he does not get to play Extelier again for this best of 3. He has to win.
So this was game 1, right?
Yep.
So I'm guessing his second captain is going to be Astra.
Well, that's the thing. Ness all day, unless it's like do or die time in game 3, has avoided the Astra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I think they played Astra once or twice at least. I think they saved it for game 3s. But most of those 2-0s and we watched a lot of Ness gameplay today just because of the way the brackets worked out. And Ness has generally avoided the Astra.
Yeah, that's exciting to see. That's very surprising to get this far without using the Astra.
They definitely used the Astra at least once or twice, I believe.
There's a thing just about Astra, like being able to swarm. Like, it's very unforgiving to play against Astra. Like, if you at any point lose your unit, you're not going to recover. So it's it means he has been playing very, very well if he managed to do that.
Yep. Now here's the fun part. Earlier in the bracket, actually I think it was Ness's first or second match, they went up against Witcher and got 2-0'd. Flash Midnight went up against Witcher in winners finals and got 3-0'd. So both these players are playing for that rematch.
Witcher is really, really good.
Yeah,
I've been playing him quite a bit, and he is very consistent. Like, he's not a player that sometimes plays very well and sometimes, a bit worse. He's like always like very strong.
Yep. And poor Witcher has, because of the way that how long these games have gone, a lot longer than honestly I expected. He's been up this whole time and has played only 4 games.
I think it's like 3 o'clock for him almost right now. So it's like
Yeah.
So maybe fatigue will hit him. It's also like when you're playing in tournaments like these, it takes a lot of focus and it's very hard, and you get tired just playing game after game after game.
Update: Flash Midnight's internet died.
Really?
Oh no.
Unless
That will be a sad thing if he cannot play.
Who is? You know what? I think you just got. I think he got stream sniped. Someone just jumped into this game from the stream. I'm gonna have to not show the codes. Oh, that's actually hilarious. So again, you hate to see it a run like that end this way. Oh wait,
It's not yeah, it is.
Wait.
So I guess his internet is back, or he's still disconnecting. It did take a long time to select the assist, so it might be still disconnecting.
Yeah, he might be disconnected.
The suspense is killing me.
I think he's considering there's no moves made, he probably disconnected.
Oh, okay. First game went out because okay, we are in for this game.
Okay, this is the game.
Yep.
All right. So we see Ness with sprint, or I mean stim burst and blink.
Yep. To clarify, to clarify, Flash Midnight's internet died. That's why they conceded the last game.
I see.
Yeah. So that's what was going on there.
It will be curious to see if he will use stim burst to really pressure hard, because you can't go very aggro in the early game with Sax because of your 2 auto attack damage. Like you do a lot of damage and you out trade Astra. But if he doesn't do it right away, then he might have could use stim burst to retreat and wait for a good chance to use it. But this is the dream. Etzel in the first turn, that's like in the second turn is very strong.
Yeah.
I think Ness is going to be going to have to be really careful not choosing any assists that allow him any cinder or like an escape hatch or anything. I think he's in danger of getting overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Also,
definitely.
to answer a question from chat, Ace Grizzly, the rosters are registered at 30 minutes before tournament started. They've been playing the same deck lists effectively all day. You can find those lists in my bio description, whatever, underneath in Twitch. You will see it there. That has all the lists that everyone submitted today for you to peruse if you would like.
So, Flash Midnight actually went to reinforce with Astra, and that can be a double-edged sword because you actually want few units in the beginning for your booster to stack up. So, it's sometimes you don't want to reinforce a lot with Astra, but later in the game it's very good to get double reinforcements. So that seems to be playing a position, nice spreading his unit. It means if Etzel goes south, his captain is far away, and if he goes after the captain, then his unit, is like his Taria is safe to poke around. So this means that the Etzel cannot chase both the units easily.
I can work with that.
Oh, he got Florio in the beginning. That's not good. Like that's one slot, and it's so expensive to change units. The Sax, like that means that you have one unit that you cannot really use.
Well, I mean,
it's
expensive early, but if it keeps getting the boost morale, it's one of those things where it's like it sucks. It's not what you really want, but it's also not the end of the world. Oh wait, it's
he
Ness
cannot. Yeah, exactly. He cannot push. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that sucks.
Yes.
I thought Ness was the Astra. That's rough. That's tough.
That's very rough. Like, if Astra does not play aggressive, he can punish Astra hard by dropping it, because most of the units from Astra often are low health.
Yep.
But
I thought Ness was the Astra.
but I doubt Flash will give him that chance. I'm very curious by this move with the Etzel moving it north. Is he trying to force him to move south?
What do you think that might? Yeah, Crushx, do you think this Axel, the blindsiders, over there to kind of force that option off, like so that Ness can't go north?
I think that's exactly what he's doing. I think he's controlling Zax's movement, so he can move in and swamp the captain, and the insane amount of movement or amount of map coverage it has means that he can catch up to Zax anywhere he moves.
The weakest position in this map is the south position. Like, you want the center and the north because you have so much cover to work with. And if on the south you just have an open area which is easy to take down. So it makes sense to push you south.
I've seen this so often today. People utilizing these vents. We haven't got to see this map as often as some of the other ones, but utilizing these vents as just like a safe place that's closed and in the open, but does have that safety net of a bit of a accuracy reduction.
So nice getting shrapnel early. That's a very good. It gives him a lot of space. It's hard to take down, especially early before the damage is up. And now his Etzel is completely out of position to deal any damage. So yes, you managed to force Zax down, but this also gives him a lot of space to develop. And the question is, was that worth it as a trade-off? I'm not so sure right now.
I mean, there is fast. Like, Blindsider can be in the game in one whole move here pretty easily because of fast.
So if I guess the Blindsider, like, he could also push Taria early and maybe gotten a pick, and then Taria would be gone, and then double hit is very like giving rapid fire would be gone from the field.
Now what it looks like we're seeing here is they both staked out their claims. They've kind of split this board in half. Like, this is my half, this is your half. We're gonna stay here and throw down.
So there's one thing that Zax has.
Oh, what was that, Crushx?
Sorry, there was an interesting choice of where to place Toxoid there. He's quite far away from everything, and he can be quite vulnerable moving up the board, so I'm intrigued as to why he's popped him right far in the corner.
And Grissy, I think, and that is a very. I was curious about that placement myself, and Grissy, I think you were about to say something else too. Both of you started talking at once for a sec.
So like, so Astra is playing map control, which is a very good decision, and he's taking control of the map and pushing Zax to a very weak position. Except in this specific scenario, Zax has Floria, and even if he manages to push down and put Floria down, Flush has to push all the way through Floria's bombardment.
And Detonia now.
So like, using Floria and Detonia is very expensive. So I'm not sure he will be able to use both at every turn.
Not yet, but definitely
not yet.
Once because it looks like Flash is saying, okay, I'm going to play to my mid-late game. I'm going to wait for my board to develop, and they don't know what Ness's hand is, and Ness is like, sweet. Welcome. Let's both do this together, friend.
He's really keeping Taria safe because he really wants to keep this rapid fire. Rapid fire on the shotgun sharpnel is really
insane.
strong.
So crazy. What was it? I think, were you with me, Crushx, when we saw that earlier? Just some insane shrapnels, rapid fire plays.
I've seen some of the games them dealing out insane amounts of damage with rapid fire. It's a really dangerous thing to allow on the board.
One thing they might see next turn is see Zax's captain go for the Broken Vengeance with rapid fire, because Vengeance doesn't counter. So you might see Stim Burst. Like, I don't think he has revealed Stim Burst yet. So you might surprise kill Vengeance.
Gives you personality.
Oh, nice. Okay, he's running away with Vengeance, playing it safe.
And again,
sometimes you get greedy with Vengeance trying to get the opponent to shoot him, but you have to be careful. He's also very easily counterable with certain units.
It's gonna be very. I mean, Flash Midnight also. Flash Midnight, I think, has corrosive particles or orbital strike, because you could tell the way they were hovering. You know how you could see like them looking about where they're gonna place their arrow or any of that sort of thing. for a minute there, we saw a ship assist one kind of in between all 3 units at the time of Ness. So I'm thinking that's either a orbital strike or a corrosive, certainly.
There's one I feel like weird move is why does he have Toxoid on top right? I'm surprised he didn't keep Toxoid on his hand to punish like take 1 unit down.
I think that's something that Crushax was talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, it seems like an odd choice, especially when you can throw it down as sort of a late game like monster killer, just throw it out and then breach the line. So it's quite strange to A, reveal it, and B, also just put it in a place where it takes 3 turns to reach anything, and it has to run through the open.
Yeah, and now we see like this would be a great opportunity to potentially use the stim burst to maneuver, take your shots, and keep playing a game of cat and mouse. But looks like yep, blindsider's gone, and now Zax is over here while Zax is up in this. Northwestern quadrant, while his strength is in the southern quadrant, but that's okay because everything with killing out the blindsider, everything that Flash has been doing going towards this bottom right section of the map is now for naught because killing the blindsider, Ness just opened up that angle out.
Exactly, I think it was a mistake moving blindsider closer, but there's a problem for he has to deal with now. Is I don't remember the name of the big unit there. It completely go down. But it is it's very dangerous and it's in a very good position. But this crit really helps to take it out because next turn he will probably kill Sharpnel with the big unit, the post unit. You think it exactly.
And but it comes down to, does Broken Vengeance hit that shot? There's a lot of distance here because Astra can't take out Astra doesn't do damage to Shrapnel because of the armor reducing it by 1.
That's true.
The big thing, by the way, is called the Makoni Thicket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Makoni Thicket, yes, thank you.
Mitochondria Thicket.
Ooh, Orbital Strike, that solves it.
Why didn't
and
they
then
use
Tariat...
it sooner, though? That's my question here, because they could have done a lot of damage to all these units earlier, and then they would have had it up again now.
Yep, but I guess you don't know it at the time. Like, he had his units very spread out, and it's very nice to get a kill when you use it the first time.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. I'm just so for me, I know when I get the orbital strike up, it's like unless I'm saving it for a big combo, it's like no, take your 3 damage on like 2 or 4 units.
But I would be surprised if he doesn't try to kill the Tarja this turn. Yeah, here we go.
There it is.
This is a huge pick.
Oh!
It was 69%. That's the thing.
Hey Diaborn, nice to see you again.
Oh, hello.
Bold and zesty.
Okay.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. Sorry, folks, I have to mute the other people here that are not casting with us. Not server mute. You can talk amongst yourselves. Okay, and welcome, Diaborn. We're glad you're here.
This is not looking good for Ness right now.
Yeah, that miss is huge, and you could just bring the Tarja here. It's like, why didn't they use initiative? Oh, Plink. So now they can use Seize Initiative.
He's saving the Cinder.
Yep.
But now, like, the map control is completely on Flush side, and you don't have like against Astra. Like, as soon as you start to lose units, you are in trouble because she will overwhelm you, and Tarja will probably fall next turn, and I'm not sure he will be able to defend the Lancer. But at the same time, because Astra has like Flush has the orbital, he has to make moves. Like he doesn't have time anymore.
Yep.
So this is forcing his hand. So he cannot wait.
He's on a timeline now because like here's orbital, tick tock,
which is very scary. Like you're playing against the Astra now. It makes more sense that Flush was playing passive with Astra because he also has the late game advantage. So he has the early game and the late game advantage.
Because of the orbital strike.
Exactly. So Zax is he needs to play some do some big plays to counter this.
That said, yeah, and I think the big plays here is honestly use this Florio, chunk out the Astra, or get some out of line of sight shots on the Broken Vengeance, or take out some of these units in the board. Like there are so many options available to Ness. Like you could chip out the crew, start really taking it to the Astra, to kind of force the tempo of the game. I would think that taking out the crew might be worth if you feel like you get lethal on a bunch of them, because you see if you look at the numbers here, right up there next to Flash Midnight, there's only 4 crew left, and they only have 1 on the bridge. For those of you that aren't, we've talked to a few people here who don't know what's going on. The bridge is like your hand. You have 10 crew in your roster. Your bridge is like your hand you get to summon from. And then in order to draw from your deck of roster, you have to spend 3 Cinder, the energy, the mana that you see that they've been spending, to draw from that deck to put to your hand.
It goes
and you
to
can see
Tarja.
those numbers to the left of both their names. Ness has far more resources up in the deck. Obviously, Astra's got all theirs on the board, which is huge. Oh, that's pretty big.
Ooh, I'm surprised he tried to take out the mine.
The camera work from Ness.
I'm surprised that he tried to risk the Toxoid like this on the mine.
Where's the switchback?
So to clarify, Florio, she doesn't need line of sight to
Nope.
to throw out a barrage, does she? So, and I mean, Ness has got like a quite good opportunity now to sort of use his gravity mines to really bulk up those the Toxoid. I think he can get that Toxoid and switchback.
It's the Cinder problem here, though. They only have 7 Cinder, and they needed
Grenade.
doing gravity discs at Tonia Bomb and Lancer Bombard.
Very expensive.
Yeah, and I mean it's something that I think Grissy, I think you're mentioning it's super expensive to play with these 2 units.
There's one thing I'm surprised he did. Like, he could have waited 1 turn to drop Switchback, because now he's getting punished very hard. He's dropping his Switchback and early just to kill a mine. Because next turn he could have dropped it and did 6 damage to the Lancer or any unit on the field.
And there's still the Stimburst
a lot
that can be
of
used to just run. Simply, Zax runs away.
Exactly. I don't think it has been revealed yet that he has
It has
Stimburst.
not.
It is starting to be though a situation where
Time to run.
you're not using one of your assist abilities. So and like, when are you going to use it?
Drinks just go right through me.
I think this is
Based on the units that he has, like, Stimburst is not really helping him.
I mean, if he's Stimburst to go behind the hard cover, what are they going? What's Astra going to do?
I wonder if he's forgotten he has it.
So now, because he already knew about the switchback, he can block it from getting to Lancer. So there's a high chance Lancer survives again, and with gravity, he does full damage to it.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things that's so odd to me that they didn't just Stimburst behind hard cover and just it would force Flash to have to get closer.
But nice shot.
And they could, it's like in any damage, Zax takes this turn. It's like one of those that could have been avoided.
These mines are doing so much. Like, this mine has taken 2 actions now.
Yep, exactly.
And they're still alive. 3 actions. 3
Yep,
that's
that's
gone
so
in a turn
huge.
for a 1 Cinder mine.
Yep,
Like,
switchback.
that's
Gotta
value.
get the shot. And this is it. If he takes, like... Alright, they're going for this. 77% chance. There it goes.
Ooh, that is very important.
That's okay. I think they're okay with this. Switchback and Maximus die from Florio this turn. Zax takes the finishing shot onto the switchback. Like, you know, this is damage that could have been avoided that's coming through on the Zax if they had Stimbursted him behind the hard cover.
I don't think Zax will take damage now. No.
Oh, does Shrapnel already attack? I missed that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, then never mind. But yeah, like, Florio and a Plink, Maximus, Switchback, gone. Broken Vengeance, bottom right of the screen. This is a matchup up here in the top left, and the thing is, Astra at this point of the game is only chucking 1 damage. Boost morale, the stun, the into the breach, removing that stun, aren't going to do anything for you.
Probably, and also Astra only, Flash only has 2 units left.
There it is!
On the Stimburst. He's going
wonder
to... Yeah, the plan is to kill, he has to kill Switchback. It just has to happen.
Oh, I think he's trying to get the Broken Vengeance in the party as well.
Yeah. And a 3-hit kill, and he gets the Switchback too.
Beautiful placement there.
Yeah.
Incoming!
Alright, Plink is going to kill the Switchback, and then you do your shot from the Captain on Broken Vengeance.
Pushy.
Clean up backseat.
Interesting. I don't... Do you think
No.
that Ness is aware... So... Before,
Well, it was a risk to do, this is 1 safe damage, and getting Vengeance to 3 is fine. Like you can kill him next turn 100% with the lance. And even though Sharpnel is like really hard to deal with, it only deals 2 damage.
Yeah, I think that confused me because it was the same hit shot between the two of them. So you shoot, you plink the switchback and you go for 2 damage. But I see what you're saying.
But I feel like Flash might just want to start taking down the captain.
Yeah, just
because
hard force the issue. They have orbital strike.
Exactly. Like it's hard to deal with Sharpnel, so Sharpnel is 2 damage every turn.
Yeah.
And you probably have a unit on your hand that you can drop and deal damage every turn now. And with Orbital, like you just have to survive long enough.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see Plink just start going straight into Zax to heal.
Yes.
Oh, that crit! Just to give you a clear idea, there's no spectate mode in this game, so we just spectate them in Discord. So every bit of camera work is coming from Ness here.
I think he's doing a phenomenal job, really conveying the emotion of the game.
I'm surprised he didn't move Crosshair close before shooting. Maybe
Yeah,
he's
it's
afraid to against the Furia.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest things in this game is knowing when you can push it to go for lethal. That is so key. Like knowing when you can push the tempo for that lethal, and if Ness is somehow able to pull this one out, we can look at some of these moments like that where they didn't force the issue with Crosshair.
So like, Plink is going to start healing him every turn, and Astra only has 1 unit left on the bridge. Like, this is getting she might just run out of juice basically.
That's what I've been saying here. Where it's like, there's only 1 unit left with a Florio and all this Cinder. It's gonna come down to the orbital strikes, and all Ness has to do is Plink heal. Because if the orbital strike's the only thing that can hit the Zax, you're gonna heal that. Like orbital strike only does 3 damage. You're gonna have the net positive in that trade because Plink's gonna heal 1 in the 4 turns.
Sure, you kept your Crosser safe on top, like, but it would have taken 3 damage if you went closer, but it would have been able to attack Zax again now. Yeah. So like high chance of dealing 3 and 3 again.
Yep.
And then like
and
you
then
might have closed the game. Yeah, exactly.
I can work with
So
that.
I think he's maybe playing to save because Astra.
Oh. Yeah. What's the last unit? Oh, that might be game.
Nice. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, almost guaranteed.
And if there's a crit in any of these.
Yeah.
No crit.
Nice.
That's huge. Detonia. Oh my gosh! Barely doesn't have the range. Holy moly!
Oh.
But
I
if
still
this crits again.
But yeah, I think it's over. Like,
you think
Zax has to kill Astra now in one turn.
And they don't have the damage.
Yes, the extra 3 damage is so important here.
Yep.
Tari as the last unit. That's a big one.
Yeah. And not being able to put the blindsider out. So whether it's gotta use this there and just try and keep away. You do have Stim Burst available. You could run yourself across the map. Use the grab disc to help Zax get further away from danger. Use the Stim Burst. Get behind this corner on the bottom right. Actually, that would be insane. Take a shot. Get behind the bottom right. If you kill Taria, use the Stim Burst and a grab disc to go behind this hard cover. If he uses grab disc to... Oh. Again.
Maybe he should... He might... Yeah.
Again, he probably should have just Stim Bursted over the out to get at least behind the vent, right?
Yeah, at least it's like, why not, in a way?
Yeah. You've been
creating
game.
Yeah, if you create as much distance as possible, and if you get Astra units down, like Astra only does 1 damage, and you can Plink heal, and he still has 5 units left on his bridge.
Yep.
He just needs to survive, but you always have Orbital as well, so like...
Yeah, it's a ticking time bomb on this game here. But these are the only units left.
Nice complexity.
Yeah, Stim Burst. All Ness had to do was Stim Burst. Get that.
But it's
extra
a very nice play for Ness, and playing Sax against Astra is really, really hard.
And let's not forget Flash Midnight. You know, played it is Astra, but they played the board they had. They played the hands they had.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were a couple mistakes. Both of them made their own share of mistakes, but good on Flash Midnight. That was a must-win game. I mean, this is losers finals, best of 3. If they lost that one, they're out. And now here we are, 1-1 going into game number 3. Flash Midnight has to win the Astra matchup now, if Ness decides not to go it.
So yeah, is the loser allowed to change captains, or is it does it have to?
You're allowed to change. You just cannot.
You're allowed to change.
Yeah, it's blind pick. You're not allowed to pick one you've won with. So no Extilier and no for Ness and no Astra for Flash Midnight. Which that Extilier win is huge. It's how Ness has taken a couple of these games here, sneaking those wins with that Extilier against an Astra. Mm-hmm. Or against a Zax.
Yeah, you have to respect the Extilier. Like, you cannot let him get close.
Yeah,
he is very dangerous if he gets close. The problem is just getting close enough, and it seems that Ness has been successfully getting him close, which is a good job from him. I've not seen the games because I missed them, of course, but it sounds like he did a very good job there.
Yep, and it's one of those things where it's just, you know, if Ness watches that VOD and just kind of sees some of that stuff, like why didn't they use Stim Burst in those key moments that could have gotten them that extra cover? Imagine if they Stim Bursted behind that hard cover in the bottom left that avoided them taking a bit of damage on that turn, and then Stim Bursted behind there. The Detonia can't get there. You know, just a couple of little minor moments that really kept him from honestly straight robbing that game away from the Astra.
And here we go. Ooh, and it's the ice map, the big one. Sax Gust bottom right and Astra left. Ooh. So Astra gets the better spawn here because it's harder for Sax to retreat, and he has very less options. While on the left side you have so much space, so you could have run away from Astra, in a sense. So it will be very important to Sax to hold the middle. Like, he cannot let Astra push him out of the middle. So we have Ness on Astra this time around, and Flash on Sax. Now, let's see. He's deciding to play very safe. Interesting. Letting Astra to take control on the center. Ooh, that's a perfect boost.
Yeah.
Getting in a blindsider in the first turn.
Oh.
This is very scary because he might be able to drop blindsider close, and like, you have to deal with blindsider.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about Flash Midnight choosing the Zax instead of the Extilier? Because most of the big Astra wins we've seen, the wins against Astra, have been an Extilier, at least on stream.
I cannot speak for, like, if I would have changed my opinion seeing Ness play today, but I think in general Sax has a more advantage. But there's a thing that maybe most Astra players don't know, is that you cannot play too close to Extilier. Like, you have to play a bit of slower game to take him down. So you get punished hard if you go too close to him. So maybe that would have been an advantage here. But maybe Flash has not practiced Extilier too, so that also matters.
Yeah, imagine.
Oh, he got a miss! He got a miss!
This is the second time we've seen a key miss today. I think Crushax. Who was it that had that miss on the switchback earlier to lose the Zax game? Was that I think it was face stab against Ness, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think
Same map too.
Ness missed. Same map, almost same position.
Yeah, you missed it earlier, Grissy. Face stab had the amplifier, was going to take out a really greedily early placed switchback, but missed a 93% shot.
Ooh, that hurts. In this game,
as well, the terrain was not on his side.
Blindsider can win you the games pretty much. Like, if you don't get the kill, he will kill any unit that you drop. Yep. Well, of course, he did get Beatrice, which is nice because Blindsider has trouble killing Beatrice. But in general, like, if you have Axel in your face, it's like, if you don't kill him, he will just take down your units or your captain down to very low health early. So, but he did a really good job blocking him in there. So there was a mistake dropping him too close to the wall,
Yep.
allowing him to be dropped.
Probably
Nice,
take out the mine
very
angle.
nice punish here.
Yeah, this is to take out the mine angle so you can at least live and to see the next day. Yeah, I mean, there's
Mine's
seeing these punishes,
very strong.
Even it's an early game, and seeing people playing cleanly like this or trying to find angles to punish this is very awesome. A lot of room to grow in this game for sure.
So this should probably block at blindsider completely. Like if your unit is next to a wall and you position another unit perfectly, you will block it.
Yeah, it makes me so mad. Stop reminding me.
So if this block worked, then Beatrice has shut down blindsider very well, and that's really hurts for Astra because this is one of the stronger early units, and it did not create any value at all, like nothing.
Yep, especially if that blocks.
So and that's like a lot of that is one
but
boost.
Wait. There's another key angle here. Does Ness care? They have lifeline.
It's more scared of you.
Yeah. Again, he doesn't know, of course, about the lifeline.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, Flash is
Pushy,
not.
pushy.
Also, oh man, shrapnel.
Beautiful.
So if you're Zax, I would imagine you're pretty happy with this. That is quite the wall to have to push
I'm surprised they drop sharpener in the defense. Like I thought they would. No, yeah, it was an escape hatch. That makes sense.
I'm right over here.
Because Max cannot really kill him.
Yeah, Maximus is. Oh my goodness. Misses. Oh no, I guess that counters that one other miss earlier, right?
Yeah.
Mines are really becoming the sort of man of the matches at the moment. People seem to be having a lot of trouble with them.
Mines, like one cinder for 2 potential damage and 3 health wall. The mines are insanely strong.
Yep.
And they can block units.
My
like
take
this.
that has nothing to do with this game is that that's Ursic Scattervines are like mines, but they can move. And like that's my hot take.
One of the powers of Scattervine is also like you can just surround the captain or unit and then it's stuck.
Too many choices.
Yep. But back to the game at hand. Let's see, who Blindsider is going to be given the hurt to here.
So Switchback is on the field. It's a very expensive investment, but it's so scary. 6 potential damage almost anywhere on the field because it's very fast. So the question is, how is he going to use it?
Yeah, and it's not going to be taken down on this turn, and Ness knows they have Orbital Strike.
And Ness has a very nice, he has the healing for sustainability. He has Astra for early aggression, and he has Orbital for late game. So it's a very comfortable spot.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we have escape pads for Zax. So escape pads falls off in the late game. So he really needs to make use of his units.
Yeah,
and get some early advantage.
Escape Patch does give you your opportunity to try and keep up with the Astra the best that you can.
Yes.
Oh, that crit. That's pretty big here.
Getting a blindsider off the field. That's very good.
Yeah, it's like there are so few units in the game that can actually deal with a Shrapnel Beatrice walking at you.
And here is using Tetonia, and it's very expensive to use Tetonia. It slows down your development. But one advantage she has is that she has 8 health. So it takes extra action to kill her.
Yeah,
and that can be very valuable.
I don't know if you caught that Crush Axe and Grissy. That stasis field onto Switchback, that drop delayed by a whole turn in useless.
Yeah. It's very risky to put down Switchback. It's such a high investment. And if you're not going to use it.
Now, here's another one. In the same map, in the same corridor, we saw Peacemaker Balam make some decent plays here. We might have a repeat of that in a second here.
I think he's going to keep it pocketed until the very last minute, which is a shame because he doesn't have the Cinder. But that would be a beautiful setup for Peacemaker to lock down Shrapnel and Beatrice.
I mean, it's coming in the future. They have 14 health. They're still going to have a little bit. I'm trying to remember if Ness has healing in their Astra list. I feel like that's something a lot of Astras do run.
Yeah, I think generally you don't want to run healing on Astra because you want to like the early advantage. So healing is more for the late game, and you see it a lot in the Sax lineups.
Yeah, there is a Nectarvine. I think Nectarvine is fine because it can be cheap, drop down, and it lets you stabilize if your early rush gets countered like this. It's one of those things where like healing in highly optimal situations, healing's a bit of a waste of a unit, a roster slot, but boy, when you have it, it's those moments where it's like when you need it, it's right there for you. It's so good to kind of.
It's also it depends on what your lineup is trying to do. Maybe this is a more mid-range Astra, but
if we look
we'll
here,
see.
we have Antios Blindsider, but we do have a Broken Vengeance, a Maximus, a Shrapnel, a Switchback. Oh wow, if Switchback gets taken out, that's most of the damage because all that's left is support, Nectarvine, Fate Twister, and a Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So this Astro list from Ness doesn't quite have the damage if the Switchback gets taken out. I wonder if Flash Midnight is taking a look at it, but I don't think they care. They're just walking it down at this Astra. That Stasis Field on the Switchback delayed so much for them.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a very strong Stasis.
I just realized that.
Yeah. So next turn, Astra needs to do some big ass damage. Like,
wow, swearing on my stream.
Is that swearing? Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
No,
some
I don't know.
big
I don't know.
damage.
People want me to put this on YouTube.
I would be more careful, I guess.
Okay. People,
But it's a very nice orbital. Very nice
Yeah,
orbital.
there are people who want this on YouTube, which I get, and I don't know what would get me get it pulling off YouTube. So
Yeah, I will be careful.
this is such an interesting spot.
But Astra I think he can get a triple stun here.
Captains cannot be stunned.
Yeah, of course. Can stun 2 units, and then can guarantee to kill the Tonya.
Well, they don't have the Cinder to get the stun and the.
That's true. That has to pick.
At your service.
Max.
On the head.
If Maximus hits one of these shots onto Tonya, it's fine. He does. Okay, that's fine. He gets the stun. Switchback just does the 3 damage. You get your it. Yep.
Yes, you get both. Nice. That's a good play.
Going
I forgot Maximus. He's in a pretty bad position so far away.
Ness needs to
But
make a move.
he did make a good move there.
Oh, not utilizing the reinforce of so.
I think he didn't want it because he wants this boost to go on a certain unit.
Interesting.
Bring peace.
Now this goes against what we thought would be optimal here, but what are the benefits that he gains from this? Blocked off access to that one way. The Shrapnel and the Zax are going to get shots onto the Astra, putting him in a very precarious position.
I don't think this is helping him. I'm surprised he didn't use the stun.
Yeah, because you had the damage to deal with that.
Yeah,
I think
because you have Switchback.
Grab
Yeah,
this, get the shot, get the poke with Beatrice, so they can line it up.
Because Switchback always has the damage, so you have damage on field. So if you stunned, you got another turn. So you had the big chance, but now
that's game.
It's all about the miss. Zax might miss.
If Zax misses, I like it.
Then he gets the healing if he misses.
This is
so it's all for this shot.
55%.
Done.
GG.
And it.
Ness's amazing losers run ends here is 3rd place. Bravo to them, but wow.
Yeah, overall very well played. I think he might have been like, if he had managed to use the stun, he could have used the healing next turn.
Mm-hmm.
If he survived, and he might have been able to buy a lot of time there.
And there were a lot of other moments in that game where it's like, for both players in both games, where it's like a couple of optimizations that we were able to see when we're not in that moment, in that tense moment of trying to think about, you're on stream, losers finals of the first tournament,
Have all the spectators watching you. You're very you're tired after all the games today, like you've been playing all day, and it takes a lot of mental energy. It's hard to play in a tournament, especially like you come so far and you might like I might win, and it's like so scary to make. What if I make a mistake? And that pressure really hurts you, and sometimes it's very hard to play optimally in this kind of situations.
Yes, absolutely. And keeping that in mind, bravo to all of our competitors